So dear viewer, are you tired of being fragged in a sites constantly? Like this, or like this, or like this, or maybe even escalated on and feeding? All you want to do is just hoover some ISK, right? Buy PvP ships. Say no more. I come to the rescue, I'll show you a way how to do it safely. As you have probably guessed, something to do with the MJDs and the interesting interaction with the Bastion. As you can see here, a SIG just spawned, right? So we don't know, maybe somebody's hunting us. We are just roaching Riho's farm hall, I believe. 6 spawns. What we do is really simple. Align to the Paladins with your MJDs. First MJD goes off, then a second MJD goes off. And we are out. Drifter is 200 away. We're just gonna decycle Bastions and warp out. And that's it. So meaning you can't be really actually caught, pretty much. So the way it works, as far as I understand, is in a Bastion you can't be scrammed. Bastion prevents you from scrams. You can be pointed but cannot scram. So essentially no rats scram you in a site. But you can also boost Bastion. Boost Bastion. So you can MJD your Paladins off. So the key point here is not to exit Bastion before your bushes go off. Because if you're gonna exit Bastion, you may get scrammed by rats in the bush, it won't work on you. That's it. Simple as that. And basically print ISK for free. That's it. And we tested some on test server, just try to understand the interaction, how it all works with the drifter and everything as well, and some sites as well, just out of curiosity. Drifter sometimes points or scrams from 40, so single MJD isn't enough, so ideally you want 2 MJDs, so it puts you 200 off, because if you have 200 off and your Bastion just started, you have 30 seconds to de-Bastion, 10 seconds stalling, so it's essentially 40 seconds. The drifter goes about 3 kilometers a second, so about 120 kilometers I think he can burn, maximum. So essentially you want 2 MJDs minimum. With one it does work, I've tried it, with one it does work, but you have to time your Bastion so it ends as you MJD off more or less, so to speak. That makes sense? And then you quickly can, but sometimes he can, once he actually pointed me still at 100 when I was out of Bastion. But yeah, pretty much that's the entire trick. The MJDs, the key thing is here, MJDs give you links which you need to make your chip fit cheaper, that do more DPS. What else? The info links for Magnetars, for example, the Desi can give it to you as well. So what you do with the 2 Paladins per Desi, so you put 2 medium reps from each Paladin on a Desi, so you need 4 reps I believe. So 4 medium reps, so it's 2 Paladins for 1 Desi, and it doesn't die to a site ever. Impossible. So essentially if you run 4 Paladins, you have 8 reps, 2 on each Desi, you have smart bombs, you have everything, you have MJDs, you can't be killed. Literally not possible. Unless you screw it up. We need a bit of practice to get the MJDs right. So yeah, have fun, go hoover some ISK. Okay guys, let's do a quick walkthrough through the site. So this is a Stronghold, yeah, this is a Stronghold. I did it with the 2 Paladins. They don't tank the site, so you'll see that. That's a 2k tank fit I have here, so I'm gonna cheese the site essentially, just to do it quicker. So the first wave, real simple. Kill the fortresses while you're smart bombing the frigs, because the frigs are trigger, right? Simple stuff. With the dread usually takes 5 minutes, so single smart bomb should take about 2.5 minutes to do that here. Okay, the second wave, what you want to do on the second wave? Kill one of the wardens, foxfire it first. It's a trigger, but it also reps. So you want to get rid of one of them, so there are less remote reps on the other two keepers you're going to be shooting. So yeah, quite common sense. I also use, as you see, a Ponti here instead of a Magus when I'm doing the 2 Paladin stuff. So yeah, killing keepers here quickly. The Ortruses are a bit too far away, which could be a problem. You can still, I think, hit them if you try hard enough. Even with your 90 fall off, I think you can still hit them, but it takes a long time. It could be a problem if you're cheesing the site, if you leave Ortruses alive, because then you get quite a bit extra DPS, about 200 extra DPS in alpha in the last wave. So you can actually kind of break. So yeah, about the last warden's about to die. There you go. So yeah, the sentinels are a trigger. You just smart bomb. The sentinels are a nightmare cruiser, so you want to kill them as fast as possible before they get into the orbit. So what you do here is load conflank, because it's zero transversal situation, and you shoot furthest one from you, not closest one, but furthest one. So you're cutting down the chances they're gonna get into the orbit, and you're also applying better because they're further away from you. So if you're going to be shooting at something that's 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers away, obviously you won't apply, even if it's burning slowly. So shoot the furthest ones. See this one, 15, yep, before got into the orbit, dead, all of them. So that's nice stuff. So the last wave, this is, I was cheesing. If you have full tank, nothing to worry about. But if you have 2k tank only and 2.7k plus 2 Ortruses, it's a bit sketchy. But you can see you can do it. You just need to hit your reps quicker. I made a mistake. I needed to hit a rep quicker. So if you are decent in PvP situations, you should be fine here. So you clear a site faster, don't need to refit. Don't have to have a refit even. It's extra risk hassle. Who cares? So yeah, and essentially the last wave is, if you are running the cheap fit 2k tank, you want to kill the keepers first, because they do a lot of damage, they have low EHP, so you need to kill at least 1 or 2 of them quickly to tank the site, right? That's your job. If you are running the fit that's gonna tank site comfortably, you want to kill wardens first, cruisers, then battleships, and you want to focus fire the battleships, because they do remote reps. So essentially, the longer it, obviously, if you split the targets, the more they rep. So essentially, the longer it takes you to do the site. So what you do is just focus fire battleships, as you can see I'm doing here. 2 paladins shooting 1 target. So yeah, simple stuff. So again, if you are unsure if you can tank a site, kill the keepers first, 2 of them. If you are sure you can tank a site, kill the cruisers, wardens first, then focus fire wardens, battleships, and then just finish off with keepers. And that's about it. That's the whole Stronghold. As you can see, the Ortruses are still alive, didn't bother with them. If you are unsure whether how well your character is skilled or how well your fit is performing, just kill them better. So yep, the site is done, lovely stuff. Let's go to the next one. So this is a 4 paladin setup with 2 Maguses. This is what I call cookie cutter, the most comfortable one. So reasons for it. So this is a Garrison site. I think we have quite a few paladins for here. Not the quickest clear times, but just shows you the gist of it. So in the Garrison, first wave sentinels, they are nightmare cruisers. So your target is to blap them before they come into the orbit, right? So that's your objective. because otherwise you're gonna spend the extra minute trying to clear them than just if you can quickly nuke them. So yeah. So the next wave is the free battleships and frigates. Frigates are a trigger. So what you do, you start shooting focus fire the furthest battleship from you with Scorch. So by the time you're killing the furthest battleship, the odds are that the other two are nearly in a conflag range. So you shoot a bit Scorch, depending how good your skills and DPS is. So you shoot again the second furthest battleship, and then you switch to the conflag whenever it's about 38 kilometers. And meanwhile you start smart bombing the frigates, so the keepers are a trigger, so you lock a couple keepers up and make sure you don't pull trigger too quickly. Yeah, so you just like sort of finesse it, should be fine. So the third wave, again 5 sentinels, blap them before they come into the orbit if you can. There is a lot of stuff to sort through the overview, so sometimes they slip past. But ideally you kill all the sentinels before they get into orbit again. As you can see here, a couple of them are getting pretty close. You can switch to multi-freak to help it out. And then you just like kill the keepers, cruisers, and then just kill the battleships. And if you have like a tracking application with Paladin, he can deal with the last 1 or 2 sentinels. Here I make a mistake, actually. You can see I'm shooting the sentinel with the Paladin, the sentinel is shooting, so in other words I have the lowest chance to hit it. Instead, other Paladins would have higher chance to hit it. So if you wanna like min-max it, don't do it. So you just conflag the battleships, really simple stuff. We don't really touch Oruze here. And the last wave, nothing special, load Scorch, zap 2 sentinels that are coming in first, then 2 keepers, smart bomb the frigs, and summon the drifter. Simple stuff, nothing to do. The one thing you notice, we run reps, remote reps, 2 medium reps from each paladin. So you need 4 reps per deci, so we just run them constantly, never switch them off. You only switch them off when you are doing the drifter, because that could break your cap stability. So yeah, let's move to the quarantine. As you can see, the first wave, random trigger, doesn't really matter, but kill battleship first, then kill cruisers, frigs, towers if you want to. The Oruze that is, yeah, but probably focus the battleship first, but it doesn't really matter. The next wave, combined even DPS is 2.2k, you don't really care about that. Yep, so just quickly kill the wave. Battleship didn't trigger the next wave. Let's see what triggers. Frigates triggered. So now the sentinels, they're already spawning in bad place. So try to conflag some of them while they're burning into their orbit with low transversal. As soon as you stop hitting them, start shooting the battleship and just pull the next wave. That's the plan here. That minimizes the time you're gonna waste on them, unless you have a tracking fit Paladin or something. So yeah, as you can see, shooting battleship down instead. Some of us are shooting a cruiser, but you can see like it's similar times even despite the HP difference. So yeah, the next wave, just shoot everything, simple as that. Kill the Warden's cruisers first, obviously, because they are remote rep. They're quick kills as well, very low EHP. Smart bomb frigates, fast. I believe this is the side then where the drifter structure is locked behind the frigates last wave. I think so, right? This should be this one. So yeah, quickly kill keepers. And that should be shortly done. Voila. Oh, the structure is here, yeah. So nice. Summon drifter, kill the stuff. Simple as that. So yeah, last one is the Oruze. Missed a couple frames here in the first wave, doesn't really matter. Oruze can spawn up to 4 battleships, you don't really care, just zap everything. Kill the keeper if you can first, obviously, because it's not the trigger highest DPS. The second wave, sentinels at range again, try to zap them as fast as possible before they come in. Ideally with 4 paladins they shouldn't come in, but they can come in quite often here. As you can gonna see here, probably looks like they're gonna manage to come in. So when they come into the orbit and you can't track them anymore, etc, etc, so what you do, just load Scorch, kill battleship. Because they need like a half a minute to settle down their orbits and whatnot, so you just kill a battleship instead anyway. Unless you have a tracking fit paladin, then he can work on the cruisers. Rest just blap the battleship. What it also does is just gonna trigger the next wave faster. So ideally you don't even need a tracking fit paladin here. Everybody just shoots a guardian, leave the couple cruisers orbiting, because what's gonna happen, you're gonna see here once the battleship dies. Come on, should be shortly. Yep, you see where the cruisers are, 120. So this the second way, what you wanna do is just pull the trigger quicker, so the wardens come quicker. And because right now you're not applying, you need to wait till they burn 20-30 clicks before you're gonna kill them. So you want to pull the trigger a bit quicker, and then by the time you're gonna kill the sentinels after the second wave battleship is dead, the wardens are gonna be within range, so just quickly kill wardens. So that's the general gist of it. Really simple, really quick sights. You can see last cruiser, there you go. Smart bomb the frigs as fast as possible. They are gating the drifter structure. Should be shortly done. Yep, there you go. So yeah guys, let's talk about a bit fits. Just a quick breakdown of the fits. So here is the Magus, for example, that we've been using quite a lot. You can use a Pontifex, but we do prefer Magus. The reason being is 4 mid slots. So essentially you have 2 Maguses, they scram the drifter, right? So simple stuff, that's the reason why we are using it. Pontifex more tanky, that would be nice, but not a single Magus has died yet so far, so I don't think it really matters. So yeah, the Maguses are a choice, obviously. You see we have here as well, we are running Armor Command Mindling, something you need to gonna be able to project on your own fits to understand what you can do, what you cannot do. Yeah, for max efficiency that is. So, and you see we have offline some extra bursts. So what you do on a second Magus, you do like this, and then you would online a skirmish, say, and a buffer, right? So that's what you would do. If you would be in a Magnetar or something, one of them would online the sensor optimization, so the range, so you can actually lock targets far away, and it also helps with scan rest, but just a bit. So yeah, but generally what you do, at least one, when you're running 2 plus like 1 Pontier Magus, you would be doing this, energizing and rapid repair. So for the Paladin itself, so the reason Maguses are staying alive, 2 Paladins, each have medium reps. They're a bit expensive, but it doesn't really matter. They didn't use too much of a capacitor. Let's see what we have. We are even stable on the drifter, that is with perfect skills, but on a drifter what you do, you just switch them off, and you see from 209 to 293, that's huge. So yeah, in a site you generally can run all of this. It's super cap stable, like you need 2 waves, max waves to cap you out or something. So essentially, if you know what you're doing, you can tinker with the mid and low slots a bit more, but this is like safe option. So yeah, the mids, as I said, you can probably put some application mode if you know what you're doing. For the low slots, I do prefer myself, if possible, to run something like this. That's like the quickest there is. You don't tank anything really completely, but your DPS blasting everything, so it doesn't matter. But like if you wanna be what is their expensive one? If you wanna be a bit more how to say, safe, then you just do like this. And what I do generally, I never buy the green heat sinks. All you do, let's just have a quick look. So if you get through Sanchez, you get 3,400 nearly DPS. So what I do personally, I apply gravids. They're really cheap. Roll some modules. Module stats. Usually can get really good stats. So somewhere like here, you should be able to get it. And you even have higher DPS than with the green ones. It's cheaper, so do that. So yeah, you see 3,400 DPS. The reasoning is behind it is the current booster. I don't know how you pronounce it, with arc or something. See, it gives about 300 extra DPS, which is a lot. You should use this booster, see how long it lasts, like 4 hours or something dumb for 10 mil. So yeah, and in the videos recordings you've seen before, it wasn't even close to that DPS, so it should be possible to do it even better. So yeah, if I take the damage control off, what I like to do is either put another power relay, take the cap recharger off, and then you have your tracking paladin, right? Or you can put another heatsink, because let's have a look. How much DPS increase would you get from another heatsink? 200. Like if you have 4 paladins, that's 800 DPS, that's a lot. So yeah, but like generally this is what you do. With perfect skills, if you have perfect skills and you want to be safe but you don't want to spend so much money on a fit, so ideally you run Centus B-type, I believe. Yeah, and that should get you, like, you don't really tank yet. So I think what you can do, the damage control is meh, you put the actually the enam C-type, yes, so Centus B-type and C-type enam does spot on 2k tank, right? But that's granted that you have perfect skills and that your Magus has perfect skills and it can do the mind link, right? But a lot of the times that's not gonna be the case, right? So the perfect skills and stuff. So what we probably wanna do is go on a cheap version. So let's make it a bit cheaper and safer. So this is something I would probably advise people to do. So go put an enam on. The heat sinks. Let's apply gravid mutaplasmids again. I don't know how to copy paste, whatever. Approximately. So we fill. Do this and this and this. Then we need to go over the Magus, switch off Mindling, change modules, armor command. Where is the specialist command? I have no idea. I actually no idea. It doesn't matter, approximately. So yeah, you see the tank should go down, so it's 1800 now. And if you put the Mindling on, 2k. So essentially Mindling gives approximately 2k tank. That's what we know. But if you don't have a Mindling, just have a, like nearly max skills on a Magus, which shouldn't be too hard. So you're a bit short on a tank. So you see that, you need to fix that whilst keeping this, all this, and ideally you want to keep three mods, right? You want to make the cheap a bit, fit a bit cheaper, so you take the 0.5s out, put 0.3s. Ass clubs you need to keep, needed for PvP anyway. So what you can do here is, because I was rocking the Pyroform, so instead, let's see Hardshell 4, which is 30 mil, but it's 1 hour, doesn't really matter. 2k tank, there you go. If you have Marauders 5, don't have a Mindling, that's what you do, right? Simple stuff. So okay, so the question is, what do we do if we have Marauders 4? So we can do like this, and it only gives 100 tank? Jesus. So yeah, so you're not too worried. What you can do is try A-type, 2k tank, 550. 2.2k tank? Yeah, just go to the A-type. That's all you need to do. So Magus with no Mindling, Marauders 4, 2k tank. with this fit, right? So that's all you have to do. Simple stuff. So TLDR, what does it all mean in terms of ESC, if you are interested in that aspect? So here we go. So here are the clear times. Solo Paladin, how long it takes. Duo Paladin, how long the sides take, Drifter takes. Triple Paladin, same stuff. And a Quad Paladin. These are stacking penalties as far as it seems like, at least so far. That's what I've experienced per Paladin. So 14% doesn't sound much, but it's times 3, I believe. That's what you get. So you are looking at 42% stacking penalty. Sorry, how much is that? 42% stacking penalty. So essentially you see it's 122 mil ESC per hour down, right? For every Paladin. So essentially $500 million an hour loss. So it seems small, but it's actually quite significant. This is how much ESC you make per hour, including the drifter spamming the same site, essentially, I believe. And this is how much you get per Paladin for every in every option you have, like 1, 2, 3, 4 Paladins, and drifter risk per hour is like roughly 1 bill per hour per Paladin. So the triple Paladins, they needed a bit more tests. Some of the things I didn't do properly or didn't do at all, I think, 1 or 2 sites, but should be more or less correct. So the quad Paladin setups, we had 2 Paladins at level 4, which is quite a big DPS decrease, and also we were running suboptimal fits because skill problems and whatnot. So it should be even better. Should be able to push a lot better if you know what you're doing. So yeah, so roughly if you are quad boxing, sorry, not quad boxing, if you are 4 buddies and 4 paladins and somebody has 2 MJDs out of all of you, you're looking at 760 mil per hour per paladin, which is insane. It's double, triple the amount of what the Leshaks used to give you, and it's also triple dread setup, essentially the payouts. So obviously it's pretty good, but it's not as good as it is for wormholers who are actual wormholers, because wormholers, what they do, they multi-box. So yeah, so you're looking at, say you are double boxing paladin, right? So you're looking at this times 2. So if you're double boxing paladin, you're getting 1.77 bill per hour. Holy shit, that is a lot, right? That's crazy money, straight up. So if you are triple boxing, which is not uncommon, quite a lot of wormholers do triple box. So you essentially go 2.5 bill an hour. That's triple dread numbers, higher even, simpler, safe, can't do anything about it. Easy ISK, do it in static, whatever, don't care. It's a lot better than triple dreads even, obviously. So it's quite insane. This is what I currently have set up, but I'm mostly doing it with a friend. So we are double boxing, as I mentioned before, 2 paladins each. We are getting with our skills 1.5 something per hour with all the site warp times and everything, you know. So we are getting about 1.5 per hour for our efforts. I have 2 paladins magos, he has 2 paladins magos, that's how it is. But if you are like quad boxing, and I haven't done any more because I don't have any more, I can log in 4 paladins at once, I think the most. So I haven't tested higher. But like if you are quad boxing alone, which again a lot of people do, and it's ain't that hard, it's cap stable, just lock a target, shoot at pre-lock the pre-click guns, that's it. It's 3 bill an hour. You see the difference isn't that much here, right? So you see the spike here like 0.8 bill nearly, but the first paladin adds like 500 mil per hour only, which is not a lot, but still nearly double the Leshak. And if you are quad boxing, it still gets you $500 million per hour, right? So essentially, A lot of wormholers, especially C5, C6 people, they have like 6 accounts minimum, right? 7 probably. Like you're looking at that. Like okay, even if 5. So you basically can already execute the quad box, right? But like if you have 5, you can execute triple Paladin plus 2 MJDs on your own, right? Because you don't need anything really else. You have 2 scrams, you have everything, you have a way to get out, you don't need to carry or roll the holes or anything. You don't need anything. So essentially 5 accounts get you this 2.5 bill an hour, and you cannot die. So as I showed before, you can MJD out of a drifter. Out of sight is super easy. If the rats are scrumming the MJD, you just decycle Bastion Warp, so there is that. And Avengers, if somebody is YOLOing in, like bonus waving you essentially, just MJD out, simple as that. Don't forget to hit your rappers in case you get alpha. And DPS, and that's simple, so you shouldn't really feed, which I suppose makes C6 even better. I don't have currently a 6 or C6 static. Haven't had for a while, since summer I suppose, so I haven't done the C6s, but C6s should be even better, because there is more ISK in a site itself. The ISK per damage done is pretty much similar on a paper, but not in reality, because everything is at 0, right? So because everything is at 0 spawns, so you're gonna be using either hail or conflag most likely, so the damage actually is higher output that you're gonna be doing. There is more HP to go through, more battleships, so that's nice. So that should be even more, and like every site 800, what, 50 mil, 900 mil, something like that payout. It's pretty good. So I think in C6s especially this could be quite sick. And with lots of people, like when you roach C6s, what happens is you get escalated on, right? A lot of times, or just drifter summoned on you or something, because these C6s tend to be active. People log in, check their green 6, check if they can like bonus wave somebody quickly, right? Some roach or something. So people are active, so you should be prepared for that. Also there are fits that you can obviously make cap stable even under Avengers, so you can do that even if your MJD skills are not up to a task, so to speak. So just take a heatsink off, put another flux coil in or whatever that crap's called, and you're fine. Even if they escalate on you, you won't die at least. Okay, you're gonna spend some time in a side, but who cares? At least you won't feed. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. I don't know if they're gonna change it. I don't think they will change it because that will affect PvP meta. That's yet to be used correctly with Marauders. I don't think they will, because that would be a bit interesting if they would change that. Something with the Bastion, Scrum and MJDs. 99% positive they won't change it. Obviously the issue here is that everybody in C5 and C6 space is gonna be doing this. Potentially, right? Maybe there are better ways, I just haven't thought about it. I didn't think about this much, I just came back to the game, was like, oh, wait a minute. So yeah. So that could be a problem where the crabs are gonna be getting out again and everybody's gonna be So yeah, but that's part of the game, so